What if I told you your company could lose 9,000 dirhams every single month for just one missing employee?
And you heard that right. This isn't a typo. It's all thanks to the UAE Emiratisation policy looming for 2026. And there are thousands of businesses scrambling already.
If your company has 50 or more employees, don't tune out. This episode might literally save your business lax. We're diving into what you need to know.
Welcome to Learn with SpurBz, where we make sense of those complicated HR and business rules and turn them into simple steps you can actually use.
Today, we're breaking down the 9,000 AED Emiratisation penalty, what the law actually says. And believe it or not, how smart companies are flipping this into a business win.
Here's what to expect. Why the urgency has ramped up, a real look at how fast costs add up, the rules behind Emiratisation, how the Nafis program can help, an actionable 3-step plan, and some major shortcuts to avoid.
Let's kick off with the big question. Why is everyone in the business world suddenly buzzing about Emiratisation?
Because there's a ticking clock, the 30th of June 2026 is when everything changes. If companies aren't meeting their Emirati hiring targets by then, penalties hit right away.
And these aren't the kind of fines you can shrug off. We're talking about a hefty 9,000 dirhams every month for each missing Emirati employee.
That number gets really painful, really fast. Miss the target by just a couple of people, and suddenly you've got a serious monthly bill on your hands.
What's wild is how many business owners are only just realizing this now. The date's set, not much time left to get compliant. Let's put this into perspective. Imagine a company that's short by 3 Emirati employees. What does that actually mean for their bottom line?
That's 27,000 dirhams drained every month, all from missing just 3 hires.
Multiply that over a year, and you're staring at more than 300,000 dirhams lost. That's a huge chunk of profit just evaporating.
At that point, it's not just about avoiding penalties, it's about protecting the future of your business.
People think it's just a paperwork hassle, but those numbers make it crystal clear. This is a business problem, through and through. For anyone who's new to this topic, could you walk us through what Emiratisation really is?
Sure, Emiratisation is a UAE government initiative that requires all mainland private companies with 50 or more employees to hire Emirati nationals in skilled job roles.
There's also that annual increase, right? The bar keeps rising every year.
Exactly. The target goes up by about 2% each year, aiming for a full 10% Emirati workforce by the end of 2026.
So it's not a one-and-done situation. You have to keep hiring and evolving every single year. Here's where things actually get interesting. This isn't just about penalties. There's a side most people miss: the Nafis program.
Right. Nafis is basically the UAE's way of helping companies succeed with Emiratisation. They offer real support, not just rules.
What kind of support are we talking about?
There are salary subsidies for new Emirati hires, pension contributions covered, and even free upskilling programs. So, in a lot of cases, hiring Emiratis through Nafis actually costs less than paying the penalty for missing your target.
That flips the script completely. Instead of dreading the policy, companies could actually use it to save money and build a stronger team. Let's get specific. What should companies actually do if they want to avoid massive penalties and maybe even get ahead?
Think of it as a 3-step plan. First, audit your workforce. Look at how many skilled employees you have and how many are Emiratis.
Simple enough. What's the next move?
Step 2. Start hiring through Nafis. Post your jobs, connect with local talent, and get actively recruiting.
And the final step?
Complete compliance. Make sure your Emirati hires have the right work permits, WPS salary processing, and pension registration. Missing any of these, and the hire won't count toward your quota.
So, it's not just a numbers game. If you don't get the registration right, it's like you never hired anyone at all. Let's address the elephant in the room. Some companies are tempted to try shortcuts, like fake hiring or adding ghost employees just to meet the numbers.
It's incredibly risky. Authorities are actually watching for this fake hires, ghost payrolls, all of it. If you get caught, you could be facing far worse than just the standard fines.
So we're not just talking about financial penalties, but potentially legal trouble and lasting damage to your company's reputation.
Exactly. The safest and honestly smartest way is to do it right from the start.
Let's sum up. What are the 3 things every business leader needs to remember about Emiratization 2026?
First, if your company has 50 or more employees, you're required to comply, no exceptions. Second, non-compliance means a 9,000 dirham fine per month per missing role. And third, the Nafis program can seriously reduce your hiring costs if you use it properly.
And if you want to avoid all those headaches, here's your next step. Start your audit today. Find your numbers, map out your hiring, and get compliant before that June deadline sneaks up on you.
If this episode helped you make sense of Emiratization 2026, hit like, subscribe to Learn with SpurBz, and leave your questions in the comments. We're here to help you stay ahead and penalty-free.
Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next episode.